One country that has engraved its name to one of the biggest wars in history made the decision to rearm itself. The country announced 100 billion euros in a special defense fund. Its chancellor pledged to meet NATO's spending target, and he used the term to describe the moment, a turning point. According to the armed forces figures, this country's military budget stands at $127 billion and is the fourth highest funded military in the world. Under their chancellor, defense spending is projected to reach 152 billion euros by 2029. Germany is building an arsenal it did not have a generation ago. But how? And why? For decades, Germany's foreign policy rested on a principle so comfortable it became doctrine. That of change through trade. Engage adversaries economically, and political liberalization would follow. Germany built gas pipelines to Russia, invested in Chinese markets, and let its defense spending drift to an average of 1.2% of GDP through most of the 2010s. By 2022, the results were alarming. Germany's own army chief publicly admitted being fed up with the country's neglect of their military. The country had enough ammunition for 1 or 2 days of wartime operations. By 2014, EU defense spending had hit a historic low of 1.1% of GDP. The peace dividend had become a security liability. Russia's invasion ended that argument. The term turning point signals a generational reckoning with what Germany had been telling itself since 1945. That military restraint was itself a form of moral progress. The cultural weight of that shift should not be underestimated. According to Washington Monthly's reporting, German soldiers returning from Afghanistan as recently as a decade ago were called names in public spaces. The German left criticized a National Veterans Day created in 2024. And still, Germany is rearming. And before we continue, subscribe to our channel. Like this video and turn on the notification bell so you know as soon as we drop a new video. The 100 billion euro special fund was always a bridge. See, according to DSEI analysis, it was expected to run out by end of 2026, and Germany's Defense Industry Federation chief acknowledged it had mostly addressed, in his words, unfulfilled wishes of the past. What replaced it is larger. As of October 2025, Germany's Ministry of Defense manages a procurement framework totaling approximately 377 billion euros across 320 programs. The 2026 combined defense allocation reaches approximately 108 billion euros, according to the Atlas Institute. The priorities reflect direct lessons from Ukraine. The largest allocation over the long-term plan is ammunition, 70 billion euros, because the war demonstrated that high-intensity conflict consumes ammo at rates NATO had not planned for. Combat vehicles receive 52.5 billion euros. Aircraft and missiles, little over 32 billion. Germany is onboarding the F-35 in 2026, transitioning to a fifth-generation Air Force, and plans to field AI-driven drone wingmen alongside by 2029, according to the Atlantic Council. The IRIS-T SLM air defense system has achieved reported interception rates above 90% in Ukrainian combat operations and has been ordered by at least 11 European nations. But the Atlantic Council report is frank about the present reality. German land forces stand at roughly 50% readiness, with a maintenance backlog worth billions and a shortfall of approximately 20,000 troops. The pipeline is real, and the projected transformation is being measured in years. On May 2022-2025, Chancellor Merz stood in the Cathedral Square in Vilnius and watched German soldiers march through the Lithuanian capital. This was the first permanent deployment of German combat brigade outside German borders since World War II. Merz told the crowd directly, "Lithuania's security is Germany's security." However, according to a March 2026 report, the deployed brigade, the Panzer Brigade 45, is struggling to recruit enough volunteers, and its full-strength timeline now looks uncertain. Germany is simultaneously deploying engineering units to Poland in April 2026 to support construction of the East Shield, a 2.5 billion defensive network spanning 700 kilometers along Poland's borders with Russia and Belarus. The backdrop for all of this is a shifting American posture. As of November 2025, only 16% of Europeans describe the United States as an ally. and Germany is stepping into a vacuum nobody formally asked it to fill. In August 2022, Scholz proposed the European Sky Shield Initiative, a continent-wide layered air defense umbrella under German leadership. As of 2026, 24 nations have joined, including neutral Austria and Switzerland. The initiative has a political problem though: France. Paris has criticized Sky Shield for relying on Israeli-made rather than European-produced systems, arguing it undermines strategic autonomy. Germany's 2025-2026 procurement plan allocates only 8% of its budget to US systems, directing the bulk toward national and European systems. But the Lowy Institute points to an obscure quote of the past. In 2011, Poland's foreign minister Radek Sikorski said he would probably be the first Polish foreign minister in history to make this admission. He feared German inactivity more than German power. That statement looks prescient in 2026. The anxiety about a rearmed Germany is now more likely to be found inside Germany than beyond its borders. 70 years ago, the idea of a German-led European military order would have been, for most of the continent, a nightmare. Today, the Baltic states have built their security architecture around a German brigade on their soil. 24 nations have joined the German-led air defense initiative. Poland is asking Berlin to arm faster. And by 2029, Germany will be one of the largest military spenders on Earth. Germany has rediscovered something it deliberately buried, and it is doing so under the weight of an alliance that depends on it. According to the Munich Security Report 2026, European assessments warn that Russia could be ready to challenge a Western nation by 2029. Germany has roughly 3 years to complete a transformation that normally takes decades. Whether it succeeds will determine Europe's security, because for the first time in 80 years, European security is centering on the country that spent 80 years trying to apologize for the last time it did. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and take a second to subscribe and like this video. It helps us continue to produce the best content for you. And if you want to stay ahead of our upcoming releases, click the link in the description or scan the QR code appearing on your screen right now. Don't miss the chance. And see you in our next 10-minute brief.